The show, as you guys know, you see it down below, is brought to you by Prize Picks. Make sure you download the app, play $5, get $150 and free lineups if you win that first lineup there, guys. We got to start with the biggest news. Ashton Jeanty goes down. Ryan, you and I were both there. You want to give me your perspective of the injury? We can kind of go back and forth a bit. And then, TJ, I would love to hear your side of things on just the ecosystem that you're in, kind of what your reaction was to everything.
Yeah, it's believed that he had an ankle sprain and it's not supposed to be a long-term injury. But I will tell you this, if you were inside that practice facility when it happened, you would have thought the Raiders season was over, because when you initially saw it, it looked like, because he fell on his right knee, he was down on the ground for a while. They shut down the music. All the players immediately got on one knee. So right then and there, you're immediately thinking, oh, this is a knee. This has to be, is it a knee? Is it a leg? Is around those two? You would never suspect it just off of the media's vantage point and what we saw. Not we're not doctors, but based on what we saw at that moment in time, it looked like either a knee or a leg injury. The way basically what happened is Kirk Cousins threw a low ball in the flat. Ashton Jeanty probably should have let the ball go. Yeah. Because it was going to be incomplete anyway. Instead, he tried to dive for the ball. He landed on his knee. He was down momentarily, and he couldn't put any pressure on his right leg. And he immediately got, carried off the field by two trainers. And what led to after that was you heard someone amongst the Raiders. I don't know if it was Kubiak. I don't know if it was Cousins. I don't know if it was a player or another coach. But, you heard someone saying a prayer, and then after they said the prayer, they continued to, they kept practice. And even for a few moments after what happened, the vibes in there was still kind of weird. All the players seemed defeated. I think 2 plays after, a couple plays after that happened, Mendoza threw a pick 6 during the team period. It was you saw
everybody was all messed up.
Dude.
Yeah, so it wasn't just me. I tell people all the time, because when it came out later this evening, that night, that was an ankle. It's believed to be an ankle sprain. Kubiak didn't confirm or deny it being an ankle sprain, but it is believed to be an ankle sprain, right? I know fans are like, yo, why they ever make a big deal of it? No, I'm telling everybody, no, it literally looked. I'm sure, it literally looked that bad. It literally,
you guys scared me. People outside, content creators, for everything we were reading, was dude, this is serious. Serious.
We're not trying to. We wasn't no one in the media was trying to over exaggerate it. We are literally. This is what we saw from beginning to end. So everyone can put it how they take. Everyone can take it. Take what we report, and in their own context. I'm saying it did not look good. So to see them say, and there's still a lot of unknowns there, because Kubiak really wasn't forthcoming with the details in terms of if Ashton's going to be in IR, or if he's going to miss some time. Is a high ankle sprain, is a low ankle sprain? He really didn't provide much detail right there. So we're just going to have to wait and see, especially when we get to the regular season, because that's when the injury report comes out, and then you can kind of get a clearer idea of the severity, because that's how it was last year with Brock Bowers, and you kind of knew something was up based on the practice reps and all that. But yeah, it did not. I'll tell everybody right now, it did not look good at all. You really thought when he fell, I'm oh, this had it looked like either a leg or a knee injury from the jump, just how he fell and his reaction to the injury. So for it to be an ankle sprain, not to be as bad as we thought, I'm still surprised at how everything played out.
Yeah, I'll second that, Ryan. I got to back you up on this, because I was I knew it was going to happen afterwards. Everybody was going in on us, and I get it, because from the outside looking in, you're like, damn, you guys exaggerated all this stuff. It's no. What we saw looked like something that was a reaction to a season-ending type of injury. That's what it gave off. Those were the vibes that I felt down there, because you don't do a prayer circle for something like that. And look, the players, they're not doctors either, but they're much closer than we were. To give you guys a little inside baseball, when they're in the indoor facility, once the shooting window is done for us in terms of when we can film practice, they move us to the back of the end zone, and they were driving the opposite field. They were on the 40, the plus 40, somewhere around there, right, Ryan? Driving opposite of us. So they're kind of far away from us too. So again, not the greatest vantage point, but we can see plenty, but we can't see the minute details, and we're not hearing things because they have music on. And so all we have to rely on is how the team reacts. And when they react like that, we're all thinking, oh, damn, he's done for the year type of thing. It was wild. So, yeah, Ryan, I'll back you up on that one any day, because it looked real bad. Obviously, nobody wishes an injury upon anyone. So good news for everyone involved that it sounds like it's more on the lower end, more on the low end versus high end of an ankle sprain. At least is what I heard Ian Rappaport saying today. So we'll see how that goes. Obviously, Kubiak, again, not giving anything with that. But a wild situation. TJ, again, I want your perspective. Like you said, we scared you. But what were the hours like until you heard the report from Ian Rappaport and also Shefty as well, diving into the details on it?
No, for sure. I think from the outside looking in, like, of course, reacting off of you guys reacting to the team, it's like a whole domino effect. But like from us, it's like, oh, dang. Like I know a lot of Raider fans that were like, man, the season is over and stuff. I didn't want to go that far.
Yeah.
I will say this, God is good because I think those prayers really worked for the team, right? Because it wasn't that serious as it could have been. And I know the news came out, like I dropped a video on it, like this is bad, and then 10 minutes later freaking Adam Schefter wants to post something like, oh, okay, so it's not that bad. But I think looking at it, there's a lot of questions, and then a lot of people could blame certain things of why it happened, the turf field, and why is Ashton Jeanty diving for a ball. I don't know, like all of that. For me, I know we're gonna get into it a little bit later. It was kind of worrying to see, because you don't want that to ever happen, especially for somebody that we're all expecting to really be utilizing this offense. But seeing what we've seen in preseason from Mike Washington, it made me feel a little bit okay about the situation. Not saying like, okay, we're good. I'm just saying like, at least we have somebody that might be capable of taking over if he needs to. But like I said, without getting too far ahead of it, I think overall, initially, yes, I was like, damn, okay, what now? But like I said, after everything kind of like settled down, especially with some more information today from with the ankle sprain, I feel okay about it. And whatever happens moving forward, I think the Raider fans, the Raider Nation, the Raiders in general, could breathe a sigh of relief.
Yeah. Go ahead, Ryan.
One thing I'll say to this is like, I think what makes it challenging is like is trying to get a gauge on Kubiak's like remarks,
his demeanor,
because
right?
I don't know if he's optimistic. I don't know if he's just covered, like not trying to
Belichick up there, man. He wasn't giving us a damn thing.
Not trying to reveal too many details. And like I've seen it time and time again where they would say that and the guy is back healthy and there's no problem, and that was kind of like a way to like try to get opponents off guard. And in other ways, like we've seen coaches in the past where they sound optimistic and the guy is still not playing. Like you say, we'll see. I go back to last year with Pete Carroll. Like Brock Bowers, after week 1, was battling a knee injury, limited in practice, and he says, "Oh yeah, he's fine. 3 games in, they say, yeah, as bad as it looked, we got to rest him." Then he rests for 3 games, then he comes back, right? And then it was like revealed to be like a bone bruise, a PCL sprain. There's a lot of stuff that was going on in the knee that made it hard for Brock to perform at a high level. But the way Pete Carroll's demeanor was discussing that, you would have thought, oh yeah, just give him a week on the brace, he'd be fine.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
Then I go back to like covering the Ravens a few seasons ago with John Harbaugh and Lamar Jackson, and his iconic line is always, "We'll see."